Alright, welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I'm Jordan, and today this is going to be video number 1 of our mixed drinks series with the budget whiskey that we've looked at. So, the first thing, actually, I guess technically is not a mixed drink, so I may have led you astray with that, but it's actually Infusions. I really think that you should give those a try, look up some different recipes online, and just play with it, because there's some really interesting things you can. So like I really enjoy gin and juniper flavor. I like the pine note. In fact, when I make a Bloody Mary, the only thing that will ever touch a Bloody Mary that I drink is going to be gin. Or whiskey. I'll put whiskey in it from time to time. I will never put vodka in, because no matter what proportion you mix it at, I can taste the vodka. I don't really care for it. Gin melds into the Bloody Mary, and that pine citrus note becomes a blend that accentuates what's going on in that Bloody Mary. It really melds. I don't know how many bartenders' opinions and people's opinions I have changed. I've never had a single person reject the premise once they've had one. I've gone into bars hundreds of times. People go, and I order it with gin, and somebody kind of turns up their nose and laughs and whatever, and they're like, oh, you like a pine tree, huh? Or whatever it is they say. And I have them prepare one. I say, take a sip and you tell me what you think. If you like it, you pay for it. If you hate it, I'll pay double. And, or I'll say something like that. And you'd be amazed how many people's eyes light up once they try it. So even if you're not a gin fan, I highly encourage you to try that. So one of the things you can do, so I have some, a lot of people call it moonshine or whatever you want to call it, but just unaged whiskey that I've taken and steeped some juniper berries in. And I got, this one had 10 berries in it, and I had them in there for about 10 hours. And then I took out most of them. I left 5 in there for an additional 8 hours, so I had 18 hours total, but it doesn't take very long at all to get that flavor. So if you start doing juniper berries, just as a warning, it really, really becomes potent quick, so you gotta taste it continuously to find that right mix, and it does, a little bit goes a long way. So both of these are the same, just different variations on duration and the number of berries that were in it. So give that a try, get some unaged stuff. Go ahead, soak it in there. It's not a gin like you're used to. It has that juniper gin flavor to it, but it's also whiskey, mind you. So, something to play with. So there's that. Next, I created a friend of mine and I have determined to be like the ultimate winter snow skiing drink, or coming out of the cold kind of thing, or Christmas or Thanksgiving. And it's when I was on my honeymoon down in Telluride, Colorado, or actually it wasn't in Telluride, it was in Ouray. There was I don't remember the name of the restaurant we went to, but there was a chef's special, and it was a bourbon infusion that they made, and then they put them in little cans, and then when you ordered the drink, you'd get the big clear ice ball in your drink. They would dump it over the top of it, and it was very syrupy. Now, I should go upstairs and get the recipe, because I have the recipe upstairs, but I didn't have hardly any of the ingredients for that drink. It required a bunch of different liqueurs, including something like, what the heck's that green herbal drink that the monks over in France make. Absinthe keeps coming into my mind. I know chartreuse. It includes using chartreuse, which of course I don't have, along with several other things. So I decided to make up my own drink, kind of paralleling that using what I had. So in this, I have a tea bag that I used, the Good Earth Sweet and Spicy Tea. It's very, very potent. It's orange and cinnamon stick. The cinnamon is for real in that one, very, very strong. So you you got to really pay attention and only put it in there for just a few moments, really. Then Uncle Lee Original Organic Green Tea. So you can, again, another tea bag. So I put some green tea in there. Then a quarter jar of McCormick pickling spice. So in that drink, it had all these different spices. And when I looked at pickling spice, it had all those different herbs and spices in it in almost the perfect proportion, because pickling spice tends to have a bunch of sweeter notes to it, so like your clove and stuff like that. So I used that. And then equal parts of honey and maple, approximately 1.5 teaspoons. And this is with an 80 proof corn whiskey then. And you can see it's very, very viscous, very dark in color as well. Super, super sweet. So like I said, it's a great like winter drink. And if you warm this up, it just is mind-blowing. So there's no proofing down of this whiskey. It's right at 80 proof. So you don't need to add water to it or anything like that to make a nice sipping drink. But man, it's like apple cider, and everybody makes that apple pie moonshine stuff and whatever else. It's like that, only like literally 100% better. So that's a really good one to try. So these budget whiskeys that we're exploring would be perfect for that kind of stuff, because if you ruin it and you absolutely hate it, you can keep playing with it and playing with it and playing with it until you can, maybe hopefully bring it back around. Or if you just throw it out, you won't feel guilty about it, right? So I would use, for that kind of stuff, I would be reaching for my Rich and Rare. That would be a good one to try with that stuff. Just because of the flavor characteristic and profile on it is not overwhelming. And it's easily manipulated. And actually, I think the Lauders or the Clan McGregor would bring some really interesting notes into an infusion. And finally, I think I would go with, for the bourbons, 10 High and Early Times would be the bourbons that I would go to for an infusion, because so like the 10 High has a little bit of that floral characteristic to it, not a whole lot, not like the Ancient Age, but has some oak and apple and some of the fruit cherry notes to it. Same with the Early Times, just in different proportions, and there's a little bit of that oak spice that you can bring along. If you wanted to try and go down a different path where you're like, okay, I want something summery, light, refreshing, R&R is definitely going to be the way to go. And for that, you might want to try also the Ancient Age, as that already has that floral component to it. So you could probably take this and accentuate it. So like if you took Ancient Age, some green tea, maybe some kind of a lavender note. I think just a hint of the pickling spice would be good in here. Trying to think what else you could put in there that would kind of be nice, but just kind of on those sweeter, nice, light, floral type notes or apple type notes. I think you could go in that direction really easy with the Ancient Age, as it already veers that way. So go ahead, try these infusions. Just play with it, experiment, see what you can come up with. I think you're really going to find something you like. Again, if you're ranging under $10, if you hate it, you can throw it out, and you're not really out much of anything. So give it a whirl. Just make sure you take really, really good notes on what you put in there, how long you let it sit, and then once you start, if you're not sampling it like every hour or half hour even, depending on what you're doing, things can go way too far, way too quick. And if you take notes on how long it is, and then find a note, if you do find something that's too strong that you don't really like, if you took notes on how long you had it in there, you can back it down pretty simply, and it won't take very much to tweak it on your next go. So give that a try. let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think with some of your experimentations. If you have a great recipe that you came up with, go ahead and throw it in the comments below. Please make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified whenever a new video pops up when you do that. If you have any other comments, let me know. I know I've been talking about the audio quality and some of the problems I've been having. Turns out I don't think the audio is actually all that bad. It's just the speakers on my computer really suck and are very tinny. So when I replay back these videos and I'm editing them and stuff, it sounds absolutely atrocious. So, but when I play it back on like my TV or something else, it's not so bad. So also, if you want, please throw in the comments below, kind of how the audio is coming through for you. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you have any other ideas or something you'd like to see, go ahead, throw that in the comments as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have yourselves a great day, and start going out and enjoying the world once again now that most states are out from underneath the lockdown and all the craziness that was. So enjoy your day. Thanks very much. Have a good one, guys.